What is money? All money exists as an IOU. It's a debt. When we say IOU, we mean two people are involved in every monetary relationship. The I is the debtor. The U is the creditor. IOU. IOUs are recorded in what we call the money of account. A sovereign government defines the money of account. A sovereign government decides what it will accept in payment to itself, and a sovereign government chooses how it will make its own payments to others. Most governments in the world today choose their own unique money of account. The government, when it issues its own currency and goes into debt in that currency, can always pay its debt, can never go broke, can never run out of money. It can afford anything that is for sale in that currency. It doesn't need to borrow its own currency. And it can set its own interest rate. It does not have to pay what markets want. It does not become a victim to speculation, to bond vigilantes. It has additional policy space. It can do things for its economy and for its people that a government that does not have a sovereign currency cannot do. Many governments operated under gold or silver or both for some period of time in our nation's world history. Under a gold standard, the government promises to convert its currency into gold. This means that the government must be careful about how much it spends. If it spends too much of its own currency, it can jeopardize the entire system because it may not be able to convert currency into gold as promised. You have to limit your spending and limit what you do with your policy. Governments operating under a gold standard do not have sovereign currency. The euro, it's an exceptional case, an unprecedented experiment, where the currency is divorced from the individual nations themselves. The euro is effectively a foreign currency to you. All 17 governments that use the euro are not issuers of the currency, but users of the currency. They lack the powers that a sovereign issuer has. The euro is not a sovereign currency. Governments that adopted the euro must borrow the currency. They must pay whatever the bond markets require. They can run out of money, and they lack the policy space of a sovereign issuer. It is an essential point. Money matters. A sovereign government, if it gives up control of a sovereign currency, it also gives up the power to set reasonable policy in its own country. It hands over that power to the bond markets, who ultimately decide how much can be spent, what can be done. Abba Lerner was an economist, a contemporary of John Maynard Keynes. He saw this very clearly. He said, by virtue of the power to create or destroy money by fiat, and its power to take money away from people through taxation, the state is in a position to keep the rate of spending in the economy at the level required for full employment.